What's going on, people? It's Harvey back with another video, and today I'm going to be breaking down with you some performance enhancing drugs that I use in sports, and I'm going to be discussing a recent case of Jarrell Big Baby Miller, a boxer who failed his drug test for a second time in under a year. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Jarrell Miller has been expelled from the WBC, which is a boxing governing body, for 3 years because he's failed a second drug test in under a year. The first drug test he failed was against Anthony Joshua. I believe he was going to fight in Madison Square Garden last year on June the 1st. And then the second drug test he failed was this month, where he was supposed to fight Jerry Forrest. On 2 of these occasions, he was tested positive for GW 15 and 16, I believe. And this is a banned substance within WADA, so the World Anti-Doping Agency. I'm just going to break this substance down. So it can be injected in your ass, like plain and simple. It can be injected, not in your ass, but like on your bum cheek. It's a substance that can be used to aid fat loss, or it can also be an endurance booster. So for example, if you was a boxer like Jarrell Miller, if you were fighting 12 rounds, and your body could probably last about 8 to 10 rounds. This will allow you to go the full 12 rounds. Essentially what this substance does is it allows your skeletal muscles to use fat as an energy source rather than carbohydrates, and this improves your endurance and allows you to fatigue less and last longer in the ring. As for Jarrell Big Baby Miller's case, the side effects of this substance, or this banned performance enhancing drug, is that it's shown in the past that it has a correlation to cancer. Big Baby Miller was found guilty taking these substances on the build up to the Anthony Joshua fight, and again found guilty in just over a year for his fight against Jerry Forrest. Another performance enhancing drug which is banned in boxing is HGH, also known as human growth hormone. This is naturally produced in the body, however you can also inject it as well to enhance it and create more of it. And Big Baby Miller was caught using this in his build up to the Anthony Joshua fight. Essentially what HGH does, they stimulate the liver to increase cartilage cells, which stimulate bone growth and promote protein synthesis. Other things this can help with is to increase your recovery or reduce recovery time, and also reduce fat loss. This can be detected with blood samples or urine samples. So this was a substance Big Baby Miller was taking in the build-up of the Anthony Joshua fight. Another performance enhancing drug which Big Baby Miller was found to have been taken in the build-up to the Anthony Joshua fight is called EPO. Essentially what this drug does is it increases your oxygen capacity in the blood. Say for example, if you're fighting a 12-round fight like Big Baby Miller and you're trained to fight about 8 to 10 rounds, this can help you if it's injected in you, and if you've been taking it as a performance enhancing drug. This can help you last 12 rounds because you got more oxygen in the tank. And one thing I would like to talk about is, Dillian White mentioned it as well, like for Big Baby Miller's size, in his previous fights, for how big he is, how was he throwing so many punches within the later rounds? Because a lot of heavyweights that size are unable to dish out those many punches in the later rounds. So that's the question to ask. Has he been taking this before the Anthony Joshua fight? Does he rely on drugs to fight? We'll get into that at the end, but let me continue talking about EPO. So EPO within the kidneys act as bone marrow to stimulate red blood cells. These red blood cells attach to the oxygen molecules and they travel all around the body and the muscles to allow them to stimulate and contract. Therefore, if you're injecting EPO, your red blood cell count will increase. Therefore, your oxygen capacity will increase. Therefore, this acts as an endurance booster and a performance aid, which will allow you to last longer if you're fighting in the ring, or even if you're doing other sports such as running. This will allow you to last longer and push you that extra 5-10%. However, there is a way you can increase your EPO and your red blood cell count and your oxygen capacity naturally. You might hear fighters go to Big Bear Lake, or they carry out high altitude training. High altitude training is essentially training where there is lower amounts of oxygen in that environment. And when you're training in a low oxygen environment, this increases your red blood cell count and it increases your oxygen capacity within your lungs and within your body, which will allow you to increase your endurance performance and last longer in the ring. So there is a natural way about increasing your EPO rather than injecting it. Quite a few fighters do high altitude training such as Triple G, Tyson Fury as well, a few others. So question, Big Baby Miller has been caught twice in just over a year taking pets. Do you think that he should be banned forever or just for 3 years? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you want my personal opinion, I believe that Big Baby Miller can't fight without using performance enhancing drugs. I think it's a more psychological battle. He feels that he needs the drugs in order to fight. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. Be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn the notification bells on. Peace!